And welcome inside the backstage pass. Of course, a Tuesday post CRS there, a couple of weeks after it, too. Still, man, just salivating over the great work we did there, too, at the Doghouse, the Wild Beaver, of course, the Toby Keith fundraiser show. It's raised a lot of money, still waiting on the official number to release on that, too, for good cause for childhood cancer and OK Kids Corral. But, man, what a great week this is. Great shows to come back with 7 great shows this week. And to start us off here, KKTC True Country 99.9 and our friends at hightidecountry.net. My friend, we met a few years ago, and I was like, you know what? She's got to be a staple to this thing now. New single called "Empty Glass" we played this
Yay!
morning on KKTC. Rachel Stacy to the program. How you doing?
I am so good, and I'm so glad to see you, Brandon. I get to hang out with you before, so it feels like we're chiming all of you into our conversation. So
That's what we're doing. That's all we're doing. Well, tell me about this because I know 2023 a great year for you, no doubt about it too. And the single comes out in November, and we got to play it this morning for all the listeners there on the station in Taos, New Mexico, and up into Colorado, which plays some of the best country music
thank
out there. But
you.
for you, how's it been going since the single, and even kind of before that too? You've just seen your career just take new kind of leaps and bounds.
It's definitely the leaps and bounds have definitely been really high, but they've been worth it. It's strange how Empty Glass came about. I've been doing that song for years. Dean Dillon and Gary Stewart, two of my favorite writers, but I've been covering that song for quite some time, on stage, whatever. And executive producer BG Smith came up to me and goes, "How do we get that song out there?" Well, if
Mm-hmm.
any of you artists, if anyone of you want to know how to get a song out there, it's called money.
Yeah.
Our producer calls it the empty pockets instead of empty
Mm-hmm.
glass. So he came up and said, "How do we do it?" We came up with a budget. We got with the right team. My team.
Oh yeah. Good team.
Cliff and Regina
Great team.
and Christina and Joe and Allie. So I got with them and we decided to do it. Trouble was just coming off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
So it happened so quickly and now it's out. But there's more to the story behind it. I think part of my story, a lot of you know that I shared that I've been sober for 12 years.
Congrats.
And this is the song I would listen while I was out there doing the song and drinking for me,
Mm-hmm.
and just cry. I felt that song. I felt the deepness of the song. It was so sad. I was so alone, and just life was really hard. And I like to tell the story that they wrote to me one of the most relatable songs into the state of mind I was in because I heard every word. I don't smoke, but I might as well have. I was always around people smoking next to me. I still have that with everybody. But
Mm-hmm.
the song, it's just crazy. That many years, somebody comes up and goes, "How do we get that song out there?" I'm like, "Well, this is how." And now it's just part of my entire story. It is
Mm-hmm.
not, I didn't release the song because I'm sober. That's not why.
Yeah.
It's just, it touched me. And if I can touch someone's life because of those feelings, but I get to lift up Gary Stewart and Dean Dillon because they
Mm-hmm.
influenced us. And so, I'm a writer, Brandon.
You are
So
a good one.
to get to do a song and sing it, thank you so much and to do a song that's already been done and it was already big, to get to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And from a female perspective, that's a high in itself for me.
Let's build on that too, because I had one of the hottest names yesterday, the independent circuit, Jessica Lynn, came on too, and she's been blowing it up out there too.
I love JL. She's amazing. I want to meet her so bad. I love her.
I can arrange for that to happen. She's a
Yay, please do.
great
Her and
lady.
we like each other's stuff, so we know each other.
I'm gonna make that happen for you, no doubt, because
Okay, please
I've
do.
become very very good friends with her, and she got to see, like I said, just different
Precious.
things of my family. We talk about just more than just music too, but I kind of put her in the category of someone who's kind of busted their tail to get where they're at, climb that ladder, go have a great touring schedule like she had last year, which for you I know is just getting better and better too with the shows. But this female movement, Rachel, we're seeing in country music now with Jessica and Megan Maroney, and I was just in Nashville talking to a few people about this at CRS. It was so huge and just so great to see in this industry now. Lainey doing what she's doing, and Priscilla Block and all these great ladies. What's this mean for country music in your opinion?
What I think it means is it's about damn time. I mean, unfortunately, this is people can get pissed at me for saying this, but country radio is still dominated by men. It's just always been dominated by men, and I get it. I understand. You men are great. I love y'all. I do. I love men, but I would say I love my girls, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in this movement like, oh, girls have it harder. but we do. We really do. And it's like, what I think it has to do is like, you got, okay, we'll name Bree Carter. There's a, add on to the females that
Camille
deserve
Parker,
recognition.
Priscilla
Camille
Block. I mean,
Parker. Yeah, Priscilla. I love Priscilla. And it was like all these, and then these younger girls are coming up the ranks, and it gives younger generations something to look forward to. And, you know, my old saying used to be, I've been in the industry for a long time. And one of the things I used to say is if a young person came up to me and wanted to do what I do for a living, I was like, please don't. Please don't do what I've done. Please don't follow my footsteps. But now it's, to me, it's just creating, I am about women empowerment and women supporting women. I think it binds us together a little more because I've told a story on other interviews. I literally have been taken off shows because I was too strong of a female to front that to open for a larger name. I've been taken off shows because I was too attractive. I've been taken off shows because of I'm a female. I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you. And they told us that. Here's the thing. I didn't make that up. They literally told us why. And like when someone tells you, so here's the deal. You're a little too strong for the opening act. And there's there's one situation, a very large tour I could have been on. I was literally told that artists cannot be upstaged. Now listen, it's not the artist, which is a female. It wasn't the artist saying that. It was the males. It was the men that were managing her. It was heartbreaking. I was so heartbreaking. And I had a contract and everything. What do I do? Sue them? No, it wasn't worth it. And so, and then there's another story that I'm really tall. I have been told I'm too tall. I literally been told I'm too tall for stage, which makes no sense. I got told by, and this is I don't think they do this to men. I don't know. You men could correct me. I got not taken off, that they wanted me for this tour and the management got involved and whatever. And they told me that if I got the tour, I couldn't dress like I dress. They would want me to pull my hair back in a bun and no makeup. So I would not upstage the artist. That makes no sense to me. So I think what it does is it binds the women together to go, no, we're in this together. Like I told this too. You guys, a lot of people that know me, I'm a bell-bottom girl. I was a bell-bottom girl before Lainey. I mean, I'm older than Lainey. But if you go kind of scroll through my pages, you can actually see where some of Lainey's fans are getting nasty. And I deleted a bunch of comments telling me I'm a wannabe and stop dressing like Lainey Wilson. Nasty. And I know Lainey would not approve of that. I just know if she would have seen it, I feel confident she's all about women empowerment. And it was really interesting to see such positive people pipe in. And it was mostly women defending. It was cool. It was like, all right, cool. So I think it opens up a whole new a way for us to pave the way already in country. I mean, Dolly did it, but look what Dolly went through. Oh, she went through some shit. Now you know her background. Dolly's one of my girls. Tanya, poor Tanya. I mean, they went through some crap with the sorry guys, some of the men. So
and I'll back you up 110% on the whole situation because I had her here on this very show before kind of the blow up here, because December 2020, never forget, Lainey came on this show and talked about her story, the struggles, where she came from, and she's all about women empowerment. And so for people to do that kind of stuff is very shady, the word I'm looking for, and just better things to do with your time. And you should not have had to, no one for that matter, because I've done more females on this show than I've interviewed guys in country music, and people have seen that. It's just
we're more fun.
You guys are fun, and you have fun there. And I just can't believe some of the things that you learn from doing a program like this too. Which honestly, those were terrible excuses for those things not to transpire. I know one thing. I love this song. Not into writing love songs. First of all, that title was fantastic. I think we may have touched on this in previous shows, but this came out last August. Maybe we didn't touch on this, but we're going to touch on it now out there for the fans. How did this one marinate, come together? Just first of all, the title is awesome.
This is so funny. No one's ever asked me this yet, so this is going to be good. Okay. I love talking about those songs that I love. I love all of them. But so I was actually, my ex I was over at one of our very close friends' house, who I'm very close to today. Her name's Paula at Robertson. And I was at her house. I was sitting at the top of the stairs. And I just started chunking on that F. I was like, I'm not into writing love songs. It just came out. But I think it's time, because I always write kind of like, screw you, don't cheat on me, I'll cheat on you, kind of, I hate cheaters kind of songs. And she was sitting there and she gave me a line, and she gave me a couple lines. And next thing I know, it was just, one of the songs I went in the studio and cut. And I really realized in the song, so on, for those of you who haven't heard it, go listen to it. But I'm not into, oh God, see, I can't, if I don't sing it, I don't know. I'm not into writing love songs, but I think it's time. I've got to open my heart, got to free up my mind. Always afraid of being in love. I think I'll be just fine. Always making fun of love. I'm always making fun of love songs. That's what it is. Same old cliche. Boy meets a girl, girl meets a boy. They want to run away and get married someday. I mean, put the attitude. And if you think you'll never find anybody, hold your tongue. They might come along. Listen to what they say. I don't even know my own lyrics. That's terrible. But the point is, like, if you listen to a song, and then I'll never forget the reason why I told you about the ex-boyfriend. My guitar player goes, he's on we were on a big show, and he comes over and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, if you date Rachel, she will write a song about you. That's like, I cannot believe he just said that, because we're broken up. So I had a muse for that song. Thank you very much. But it was to me, it's one of my favorites. I think it was so much fun working with Pat Mansky at the Zone Recording Studio, and that's post Ray Wiley and I's project. So that was one of the first songs right out of the bag.
I love it too. Be careful, because she should write a song about you too. Like I said, bad or good, you could resonate with it from.
Wait. They always look up always something. That's from somebody who stabbed me in the back. So
well, we're getting ready to talk about that too when I come back from break.
Okay.
Great lines. Think alike here. Rachel, Stacy, always something. We'll come back from the break here too. But one thing I know about Rachel is she likes jewelry. If you can't tell, look at those snappy earrings and the stuff on the wrist.
I'm a little obsessed with jewelry. Yes, I am. I'm so obsessed.
And for that too, if you want to buy that perfect gift for Rachel, your friend, spouse, family member, somebody out there too, Jewelry by Tommy's got you covered. Email our friends, burleysystem@yahoo.com today to order. It's Jewelry by Tommy. It's handcrafted, handmade. Coming back, a word from our sponsors, KKTC, True Country, 99.9. And, of course, our friends at hightidecountry.net out there, too. Powered by the Sports Guys Podcast.com. Coming right back. Stay tuned.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
The Bangtail Pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here, Rachel, Stacy on the program. Again, thanks to sponsors for making CRS 2024 possible out there. The SportsGuysPodcast.com, Grand Slam sports, music, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We try to sprinkle in for you, too. And, of course, our friends out there, too. KKTC, True Country, 99.9. We played Empty Glass this morning on there from Rachel and a whole lot more. We'll do a call-in with Shelly in the morning and just tune in to see what time we're going to play at about probably 8:30 Central Time, 7:30 Mountain Time. Everybody on their way to work and taking kids to school, all that good stuff, and our friends at HighTideCountry.net. Still got to give away a trip out there, our friends at Lady TLC's travel agency. So Rachel might know the answer to this, and if she gets it right, I've just got to give her a little bit of the trip. So which member of the Avengers had a brief stint as a pop star? Which member of the Avengers had a brief stint
Oh,
as
God,
a
I
pop
know
star?
this. Oh,
You
God,
know
I
it?
know. I love the Avengers, but I can't think of his name.
You know what? If somebody gets it right in the comment box, we'll give away a trip courtesy of our friends at Lady TLC's
Can I still?
travel agency, too. She can also help with booking a flight, hotel, and, of course, car rental. And we've given away some trips in Nashville there a couple of weeks ago at CRS, and people love it, too. Hey, I wanted to ask you about Always Something. You mentioned that one, too, because, again, about something that is personal. It happened to you, where these great song lyrics and these hooks come from. Tell us all about this one for people that haven't heard it.
Oh, gosh. How long do we have? No, kidding. So I think it's fair to say you'll probably be the first show I've ever said this about. I tried to help somebody else in the music industry. I tried to help them, and my heart was in the right place. I've got a lot of years of training, so I thought I had something to help and give. And this person stabbed me in the back so bad. I mean, it's continuing today that I find things out, and it's where it breaks my heart is that I knew I was in the right place. I want women to succeed, but this particular woman, so instead of revenge, I don't do that. That's just beneath me. You move on. If you actually listen to Dolly Parton, if you listen by her words, she says, failure happens. I failed at that relationship and that friendship. I tried really hard. I didn't see the red flags. I ignored them because I just cared so much. And sometimes those are the people that hold us back because we get really obsessed with it. Mm-hmm. And what I did is I just wrote a song about it. I was like, because what I did in that particular thing is like, I got to thinking about karma. Mm-hmm. Karma is a bitch, and I don't have to be her. And and here's the thing. It doesn't mean I wish ill will on anybody, but I will tell you this, that karma will pay you back for people who are, if you're not a good soul, it will come back to you. You might learn something or two. I've learned a lot of lessons in this industry, and I'm a writer. So that's what I do. When I vent, I'm a writer. I write a song, and there's a lot of stuff behind each of my songs. There's a story behind every song, every single song. And like Love Song was literally like, well, I think I'm in love or whatever. I'm just really not into love songs. So I need to write one about it. It's time to grow up a little bit. Stop talking about cheaters all the time. And stop trying to be a badass. This one was particularly because it hurt. I was like, God, it's always something, isn't it? And I went, that's a song. And like, I just took it to a whole new level of, heartbreak is about songwriting, I think. But also there's happy times, obviously, love. Mm-hmm. There's times I'm angry about something stupid, or sometimes I just write about a small town, mm-hmm. or sometimes I just write, but they're usually, I have a song called Ghost of Lachey Jackson that we'll release at the end of the year. It's my final song off the Ray Wiley project. Mm-hmm. And it's held near and dear to my heart because it's a song about Jackson, Mississippi. So, but the reason I'm telling you that, because that's just a song, a story. Each story goes with something in our lives that we relate to. And I feel like that's part of songwriting, is just getting the healing out. So even though that person really hurt me, mm-hmm. I made a lot of mistakes. I'm not saying that's all one-sided. I made a lot of mistakes and didn't pay attention. And boy, what it did is after I wrote that song, I woke me up to pay attention, because this industry is full of them. And I don't, you know what? I should stop saying this industry. The world's full of them.
It is.
But because but think about it, Brandon, because we're in a very vulnerable industry, because we're creatives.
Sure.
You could let the wrong people in, and I have, that's part of my story too. In the music industry is,
yes, 100% agree. We've all done it.
we've all done it. So always something was kind of like, so I open up my concerts. I say, how many of you have ever been stabbed in the back? Of course, the audience goes crazy. And then, well, this song's about good luck, bad luck, betrayal, and karma. And then the song goes into it. I've had more people walk up to me and go, I get that song. I'm like, you do? It's like, so at least I'm touching somebody.
And that's the point of music. Yeah. That's
exactly.
the point of what you do, because that's, if they can't hear it through the song and feel something and just the authenticity of it. I hear that all the time about, then why sing it? Why put something out there you're not going to put your name on, that people just can't believe in what you're doing?
Well, and I think like the sex, drugs, and rock and roll stuff, this is what I'm going to tell you. I love me some hard rock. Okay. Even that is motivated by some kind of healing. If you think about it, whether it be the guy talking about the girl crawls in her window at the window, there's some kind of, you're writing to get that out there, right? You know what I mean?
I do. No doubt about it too. It's like, I kind of compare it to as well when I'm actually painting a picture, doing a football broadcast, out there too, the third, fourth year of doing high school sports down here where I'm at too. You call that play, you get one shot to call that play on the radio and paint that picture for the listeners, almost as good as a good song. And if you paint it wrong, click, people turn you off. So I know exactly what you're going through when it comes down to it. Yes, as a play-by-play announcer.
I've always wondered about you guys, because I'm like, God, listen, I am not a fan of the radio sports, but when you've been on the road, the last thing I want to hear is a music note coming out of that freaking. All the guys are like, you'll get talk radio, you'll get sports radio, and I love a good announcer. I'm like, wow, I'm really visualizing the football. This is great.
It's fun to do it, no doubt. It's fun.
Ooh, you made it.
Sports is the other side of it too. A lot of it Sirius XM, because I love Mad Dog Sports Radio. I'm endorsed by ESPN Radios, which is fantastic on the show. So it's just good to turn on different announcers, because you learn a little bit of this, a little bit of that from everybody, and that's how you kind of perfect your craft there too. Well, I tell you what, we're going to come back and talk about this. This is very important, because I always thought that Rachel, Stacy, you have to ask about take a little time. And we all need to take a little time, as I did last week too, to step away from the things in our business. We need it. We're going to talk about that too. Of course, we'll take that time out, come back, a word from our friends at Jewelry by Tommy. If you're looking for that perfect gift out there, spouse, friend, family member, or Rachel's become your friend, buy her some jewelry there. She's got you covered. And the company too. Email burleysystem@yahoo.com today to order. It's handcrafted, handmade. It's Jewelry by Tommy. We'll take a quick time out. Trivia question, still fair game out there. Which member of the Avengers spent a little bit of time as a pop star? So if you know that question, which member of the Avengers had a brief stint as a pop star before blowing up? Answer it in the comment box. We'll give away a trip courtesy of our friends at Lady TLC's travel agency. Back in a flash here, KKTC True Country 99.9, and our friends at HighTideCountry.net. More with Rachel, Stacy. Stay tuned.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
The Kane and Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thecaneandgordonshow.com. Again, that is thecaneandgordonshow.com.
The bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. Rachel, Stacy rocking it out there too. Yeah, when I chose that music, I thought it was actually pretty nifty for what we we shot that TV.
I was doing a photo shoot and I was like, yeah, this is good.
Just send you that track too, no doubt about it.
Thank
Back
you.
here on the program, Rachel, Stacy joining us here too. Again, thanks to all the sponsors that make it possible out there too for us to continue to just deliver the great artists to you guys every day for them to be able to tell their story. And of course, out there, KKTC True Country 99.9 for being just a pipeline for great artists such as Rachel and all the ones we play on there, and our friends at High Tide Country and Buster, what he does out there, hightidecountry.net. I'm going to go to the audience because I know one of my YouTube subscribers out there, I think it's Philippe, had a question out there too. Let's see what he had out there. Philippe says, hey, Rachel, love your music. Wondering what kept you going strong as a country singer, especially with all the challenges women and artists face. How do you handle the challenges and what fuels you? I love it. Good question.
God, that's a really great question. And let me tell you why. I don't know what fuels me. That's really the artist in me. But there's the days I do want to quit because of the way I'm treated or the way I just feel, whatever. I'm not always treated bad. I have to be careful about it. I'm not a victim. But what I think is I have such a drive to be part of an industry that I'll just tell you this. My drummer was over here the other night and we were sitting there arranging some stuff. And he doesn't know. He in fact, he's like, yeah, well, that's what we do. We're artists. And I was like, yeah. Meaning, I think what keeps me going and not giving up is the constant evolving of how the music is getting out there. And if you're a true artist, you're not always looking at the dollar. The dollar will come to you if you believe in the art. I don't know if you saw Margot Price posted today. She said, ignore the algorithm, focus on the art. I thought that was beautiful because now we're stuck in like this algorithm world. I'm like, oh my God, I got to take these selfies because I got to make sure I put a picture out and then I got to do this. So I think what keeps me going is the constant testing of what I love so much and having to sit back and write the song how about this? It's a drug for me. When a song gets completed.
Oh yeah.
That's keeps me going. And I know for every artist, like I'm a writer. Do you know how many write songs I don't have out there? A ton. So it's like but with the things I do face in the industry, for some of you, I almost drank myself to death. I will tell you that. So I almost did because I was drinking and coping with what I just mentioned to you earlier, how we were treated, or I was letting that affect me. So I was like feeling sorry for myself and drinking my woes away. But it almost killed me. So I think this 12 years later is like, I just love getting the song done. And so then the challenges start, but get the song done. Like Brandon, get the radio show out, get it out, just get it out. And don't expect anything from it. Just keep doing the work. And things start coming back to you. So that's kind of
It's the
in a
same
lot.
area. That's why when
Okay.
we first met, you told me I was onto something, and people looked at me kind of like, whatever. They had their own opinion. I respect that too.
Yeah.
Now, as you go to get to do some different events, and you go to, what I consider Nash Vegas, the greatest city out there too, Nashville, Tennessee, and you get just in Tennessee in general, you get to meet people like yourself and meet people across this brand, and then don't take it for granted. And for me, my drug is once a great interview is done and it's out there, it's awesome. Just like
And
for you guys,
and you
it's a
don't
great
expect, yeah, exactly. And we have you. If we don't have that, okay,
Mhm.
there, to answer his question too, connection.
Yeah.
Connection keeps me going. And like you were saying, I think for this artist, I can sing all kinds of genres. I am an acquired taste. I'm not your typical country voice.
Sure.
I'm not. I have a rasp. People have claimed that I'm not a good singer. They say I'm terrible. I'm ugly. I'm fat. I'm skinny. I try too hard. I scream nasty things. They've said.
Yeah.
Why would I let that stop me? Those are just opinions. And I know that I'm acquired. I know that I am not everybody's cup of tea.
Mhm.
I know, and I'm okay with that. I wasn't okay with that. I wanted everybody to like me. I wanted it to, but I do think age in the industry starts, you start waking up like, oh, the real artist comes out of you. And then for me, like you were saying, you believed in that you believed in Backstage Pass, the official, you believed in it. And look at it now. I believe that the connection that I have with other artists and or whatever I'm doing will help the younger generation get excited
Mhm.
and not give up and stop what we all do. So all we do is create. I don't want you to give up. So then when I see a younger artist, like these little really young artists, like I watched Marin from a very young age
Mhm. Yeah.
blow up. I watched Jessica build. I mean, I'll never. We first started. I watched her. That's so cool to me, and I like maybe whether I had something to do with it or not. And then people watched me. Whatever.
Mhm.
Meaning, I'm talking about to do with anybody's success, not Jessica's. Sorry, Jess, you're on your own. But if I have anyone's to do, I don't know if I've influenced anybody, but maybe that one person or one artist I can touch
Mhm.
starts doing what I do.
You've done it. That one person's all you need to accomplish what you want to accomplish too. I
Exactly.
got to have a little fun with you too, because I know we're going to have you back as soon as all these new great projects come out, because you're a mainstay with what I've got going on here with this show. Tell me a little bit about binge watching and what you like to get into when it's like downtime and you're kind of completely just away from music. Shows you stream.
I don't want to tell you. I love murder movie. I love some good forensics. How about that?
All
I
right, I
love
like
to
that
watch
too.
people.
Yeah.
I love to watch bad people get caught.
Okay.
And I have another obsession. The Witcher. I love The Witcher. I just wish they had more episodes. I love The Witcher so much. I love it.
I've not seen that. I've got to check that
I'm
one
not
out.
into
Murder shows I do
murder.
like, yes. Or
I love
just the forensics, yes. Yeah.
And then I have one more obsession. But you guys, let me be very clear. I'm not a TV buff. I don't sit still very long anyway. But when I relax, I don't want to hear anything.
Mhm.
But when I do, I am a binger. It is all or nothing.
It's all or
And
nothing.
I don't know if you remember. Did you guys see that Louis the 14th or Versailles?
Versailles, yes. Yes.
I could not stop watching that. And
Turn it off.
I don't think I couldn't. Well, they quit. It ended. I was so sad, but it was the costumes and the production and the I was fascinated. So I'm kind of boring. I don't know. I love to watch bad people get caught, and I love period pieces. Otherwise, my best friend's an actor. I'll watch her movies when she IMDb's. I watch her stuff. But binge watching becomes laziness for me. So yeah, I like to murder people. Like, I don't know. I'm obsessed with people getting caught. I just am obsessed with it.
Put him on the spot right there.
What is
Tell you
that?
what, she's got a good song for everything out there, something for you to kind of connect with. I love her songwriting. I cannot wait to have her back on. If it wasn't for this busy week we have, her and I could go as long as we wanted to today without any restrictions on time. But she knows we love her. And you guys make sure Empty Glass is a part of your playlist out there. Stream it wherever you download or stream music. And My friend, much love with everything you've accomplished in this
Mwah.
industry. This girl power movement is awesome. Hey, I always
Yes, I
appreciate
love you
coming
all.
back and spending time with me, because honestly, you're one of the reasons I keep doing this whole thing.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Wow, thank you, Brandon. Well, I believe in you, and I thank you for giving us an outlet to be the artists we are. And yes, and dude, take a little time. Go listen to that. You'll hear what he's saying.
Yes, take a little time out there too. We all need that one out there. Rachel Stacy across all those streaming platforms. Give her a like on social media. Check her website out. Go download some good merch and buy some merch, and of course, download some great music and catch
Please.
her out there on tour for 2024. We're back here in a little bit. The Juno Awards coming up this week, and one of the best who got nominated, I believe she's a 7-time nominee, Amoye, coming up here in a little bit. We switch sides to a little bit of reggae music and talk about that. And of course, our good friend Jennifer Hart this week, and a whole lot more. Again, if you missed Brantley Gilbert, he's out there, the sports guys podcast.com, and of course, everything else out there too, archive. KKTC, True Country, 99.9, and of course, our friends at HighTideCountry.net. Back with Amoye here in a flash. Or thanks to Rachel Stacy, Cliff Doyle, the
Bye,
entire team.
guys.
We'll see you guys here in a flash. We'll talk about some Juno Awards coming up this Sunday, March 24th. Until then, take care.